Hello everyone, so I'm having some computer issues, so we're just gonna use my phone to record this, which, no big deal. So it's the summer, so I was thinking really hard about what I can do because I'm not really doing lesson plans. So I decided I might do some book reviews. Give me a little bit of practice in talking about books with kids and things like that. So, I just got done reading this book called This Is Where It Ends. I'm not sure how to pronounce the author's name, but it's right here. Marieke Nijkamp? I'm not entirely sure. I probably just butchered that. So, this book was really interesting to me because going into the teaching profession, there's always a risk of a school shooting, especially of late. So that's something that I'm always thinking about. I've done lockdown drills and stuff. A couple of my friends have been in actual lockdowns. Very intense, and that's what this book actually goes into. It's about, you read from the perspective of 4 students. They all know the shooter. It takes place in a small town called Opportunity. Is it Alabama or Arkansas? Alabama. Opportunity, Alabama. At the high school. The high school's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, that was my laptop turning off. It's in the middle of doing an update. So, it's from the perspective of 4 students. They all know the shooter. In one way or another. Autumn is his younger sister. Sylve is his sister's best friend. And actually you find out really quickly that they're actually together, but the only one who knows about it is Tyler, the shooter, or Autumn's brother. He's the only one other than another character who knows about their relationship. It also goes with the perspective of Thomas, who is Sylve's twin brother. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I can't remember if he knows about her and Autumn or not. I can't remember. It's been like a week since I read this book. I've been busy. Anyways, so Thomas, and then Claire, who had broken up with Tyler the year before the shooting. It goes back into their memories, so you get to learn a lot about these 4 characters, but you don't really, and you only get to know Tyler through their memories of him. During the shooting, they were thinking a lot about, like, how did we not realize this was going to happen? A lot of those thoughts. The one thing I really did like about this book is that it has little, like, social media posts or text messages from other students inside the school when this is happening. It just adds to the confusion. Because there's some people who are, like, messaging back, like, oh, you guys are lying about this. So it just adds to the confusion. What else was I going to say? Because of that, it brings a lot of the chaotic emotions. Just everyone trying to figure out what's going on. And what really adds to this is each chapter, here, let me get my phone, has the time frame. So it starts off between 10:01 and 10:02 a.m. And it goes through that. And the next is 10:02 to 10:04. And the chapters are a decent size because it's from the perspective of 4 students during those time frames. There's a couple chapters that I feel like it's like, okay, that couldn't have happened within 2 minutes. Like, right? It couldn't have. But that's, I think, what really adds to the chaos of a school shooting is that your life is literally in someone else's hands, and that can feel like a lifetime. Like 1 second could feel like 20 minutes. And I think that the author really showed that aspect. It starts at 10:01 and it goes until the end of the shooting. I'm not going to say what happens at like 10:55. So all of 55 minutes in this book. And then the ending, the epilogue, I should say, is at midnight. Or right before midnight when they do like a little service outside of the school with all the survivors. So for me, I thought it was a really good, intense book. It brought up a lot of mental health issues, a lot of diversity issues, a lot of questions that teachers and policymakers and school boards and other teenagers need to ask and think about and try and find answers to. I read this book in a day. That's how good I'm like, okay. I also think that the ending left for a good opening for like a sequel of like a Where Are They Now type thing, but I don't know if the author should really go into that. I don't know if she's planning on going into a sequel with this. Personally, I think, because I was thinking about this, like, we never really know what Tyler's thinking before, after, or before, during everything. You never really find out. You kind of find out why through the memories of the other 4 students and some of the things that he's saying throughout the shooting, or throughout. Yeah, I'm trying not to give away too much, because I really think that people need to really read this book. But anyways, we never really hear from Tyler. And at first I felt like that took away from the book, but in really thinking about it, we never know the mindset of shooters in real life. We never know why, for sure, they decided to do this. We can't take their mind and actually hear what they're thinking, or know what they're feeling. So I feel like she actually did make a good choice in telling Tyler's story through the other 4 students who knew him in one way or another. There's a couple parts where I'm like, maybe that could have been changed a little differently. Like, there's a couple parts that I didn't really care for in the book. I'm gonna let you guys read and determine which ones those were. But overall, this is actually a really good book, especially for a pre-service teacher, because it really gets you thinking. Because Tyler had gotten suspended the year before, and the principal was going to give him a second chance to finish his senior year. well, he dropped out, I should say. He dropped out. He didn't get suspended. He dropped out. And the principal was going to give him a second chance. And the day he was supposed, yeah. Sorry. So actually the day of the shooting was the day he was going to start back up. And he decided to do this for some reason. So yeah, go ahead, check it out. It's actually really good. I gave it if I was to like give it a rating out of like 5 stars, I would give it a 4.5. Just because there's a couple things where I'm like, I don't know. But the writing style was really good. There's some parts I wish we could have dug deeper into, but other than that, it was a good book. Definitely recommend it. So, see ya.